What do you what are you sighing at?
I had sparks coming off my pen taking notes. There's so many different things.
Okay.
The aspect of the game that I could get into right here with schematics and everything else. As this series goes on, it's going to be fascinating to see adjustments. But for me, since I only get this one touchscreen, I want to focus on immediately after they go to overtime. I talked about that first call they don't get.
George Hill.
Right. So now KD makes 2 free throws. They're up 2. Now, to me, this is the sequence that ended the game. And it talks about the value of Draymond Green, some of the things he does. So they're running a little ball screen action here. And George Hill makes a great read right here because KD tries to hedge. But when he goes back to LeBron, his head is turned on to play. And as you can see, Steph Curry is too high. So now George Hill sees a great angle. And he's got an opportunity to get to the rim, but
I thought it was tied for sure.
And no question. But look at this, man. I mean, look at the ground. So Draymond Green's watching this the whole way, and he takes a risk right here because he's leaving a three-point shooter, and if Hill can make this kick out, it's a wide-open three. But instead, watch Draymond Green's reaction. I mean, he's going to go up here, meet this thing at the rim. So now you don't get a call. Now it looks like you got a layup. Draymond Green makes the play, and this is why I love Klay Thompson. He gets out ahead of the pack. Most guys are going to run to that corner, but Klay Thompson kind of sees how this is sizing up. There's only 4 defenders back. Warriors have 5 guys. When this pass gets made right here to Draymond Green and he attacks, watch what Klay's man has to do. He has to turn reverse course. Klay Thompson continues to the opposite side of the floor where Draymond Green finds him. And for me, this was the gut punch they couldn't recover from. You know, you think you get a strip, to get a stop, to go up 2 potentially, and in a blink of an eye, you're down 5 because of a great defensive play, great offensive execution in transition, and for me, they weren't going to recover from that 3 right there by Klay Thompson.
I agree, and I thought they did a phenomenal job throughout this game in taking the body blows. It looked like in the third quarter, you know, Golden State does what they do. They start to stretch it out, and Cleveland still they were within 6 at the end of that quarter, and then all of a sudden it's tied in the fourth, and I mean, the way it ends with JR, you could just sense, just like LeBron's body language when he walked away was, I mean, you're the leader, and I suppose you're supposed to keep an even keel, but I don't know how in that moment you could have done anything other than be just.
No, you're emotionally deflated, and you're resigned almost in the moment. I will say this. Going through the first 48 minutes, I think if Cleveland can go back and look at the last 3 minutes of the first half, they had an 11-point lead. They go in tied.
Yep.
And you know what's coming in the third,
Sure.
so you think Cleveland's kind of prepared for it. Nope. Here comes Golden State at the start of the second half. So for me, out of those 48 minutes, Scott, I felt like Cleveland outplayed them with the exception of about 10 minutes. That 10-minute stretch, the last 3 into the first 7, and just like that, it felt a lot different. Now, give Cleveland credit for battling all the way back and then, you know, getting themselves to overtime, and really should have won the game, honestly. So you take some things out of it, but you don't sleep tonight knowing we had one that would have changed the complexion of this series without a doubt. And how much better can LeBron be in Game 2? So you wonder about a lot of things if you try and look. I think it's a good thing, honestly, right now, they have 2 days off instead of 1. You're going to have to take the whole weekend and contemplate this. And we'll see you on Sunday night because they're going to have to recover mentally.
And you can totally understand Ty Lue, who had as much patience as he had for the questions, and finally they said one more, and I'm done, and he was gone. You can totally understand why.